Hey guys, so today I'll be reviewing the WeTech CT25, or the licensed version is, I believe, the Colt 25. First, I'm going to start off with a little general overview, and then I will go through my pros and cons, do a shooting test, and give my final opinions. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with the overview. This is the gun. It is a gas blowback. You can actuate the hammer, the slide lock, which it is a manual slide lock. On the last round, it does not lock back. On the actual, when it shoots the last round, it will blow back, and the next round will, it'll look like it's loaded. And when you go to pull the trigger, nothing will happen. So that's how that works. This down here is your mag release, and sometimes it pops out the mag, sometimes it doesn't. Whether it does or doesn't is based on how the gun, like what state the gun is in. So I don't know if I can get one in here. So see, when the hammer's cocked, it doesn't pop out. You kind of have to use your finger. But so that's that. Here's the trigger. And the trigger pull, it's pretty hard, and but it's extremely short, so that's cool. And then there's the reset. So, I mean, yeah, the stiffness of the trigger makes it a little hard to spam, but it is what it is. It did have an orange tip when I got it, which I took off. And yeah. Oh, here's the sights as well. So the sights these are stock sights, and they're just teeny tiny. Like, it is extremely hard to see with them. So I normally just shoot one shot, and that kind of tells me where my shots need to go after that. Here's the mag. It does have a little spring hold down here, follower hold down. And then the mag holds 7 shots. So for this one, you definitely want to put one in the chamber when you're carrying it around. Oh, I forgot to mention, this also works as a safety. So if the slide is forward, and that's there, it is a safety. And so let's get into the takedown, and I'll show you the insides of it. So to take it down, you're going to want to take your mag out, and you're going to want to make sure it's cocked. You're going to slide your slide lock forward. You're going to rotate the barrel 45 degrees, and it's going to take some wiggling, but it will come out. Oh. So after you wiggle it a little bit, you pull it forward, and then you drop it down and you pull it back out. I'm horrible at disassembling this gun, so that's why. Here's your hop-up adjustment, which is this little screw right here. And this is your hop and your inner barrel in this. So, it's pretty small. I don't think it can be upgraded, but, I mean, you could always try. One thing I have with this is the hop up. The screw does not have a stop. So you could be screwing it in, and sorry, my camera won't focus, but you could be screwing it in and you can go too far, and then it will constantly be in there and be stuck. So I was messing with it for like 20 minutes trying to get this tiny little screw in here. It's so small my camera won't focus. But yeah, trying to get that tiny little screw back out. Also, something with the hop, when you adjust it, make sure when you're actually turning the screw that there's no BB in the chamber. So when you're trying to adjust your hop initially, just put one BB in the mag, shoot it, adjust your hop up, put another BB in the mag, do that, because it doesn't have a slide lock. It will chamber the next round no matter what. And then to take apart the rest of the gun, you're just going to put the slide lock down, and it will slide right off. And this also comes out, I don't feel like taking it all the way out, but let me see if I can get it to focus on this. So here's your little nozzle in there, which, you know, it's basically just everything you expect to find in a gas blowback pistol, but really tiny. But yeah, also, KY Airsoft does sell all of the replacement parts for this gun, but they don't sell them in pink. So if you break a frame, a grip, or a slide, you're kind of out of luck. But if anything internal breaks, you can find it on there. Also, reassembly is the same. So I'll do that on camera real quick. Make sure that you put your spring into the hole down here. When you put the slide on, and you want to make sure that that is centered. This is very hard to do on camera. There we go. And then you're going to put the slide back, barrel, put it in a little bit, turn it, not that far, 45 degrees. It'll slide in more, and then this is why I hate adjusting the hop up on this gun, because how finicky the barrel is. But if you wiggle it around enough, you will eventually get it. Also, the American version of this, this is the Asian version. The American version has a little like threaded extension here, so if you wanted to, you could put a suppressor on this or something like that, or a tracer. I mean, not recommended, but I got this because it was the shortest possible one. Okay, so now let's get into some pros and cons. First is the size. It is extremely small, as you can see. I have very small hands, and yeah, that's that. It is probably about maybe, I would say 5 inches long from the beaver tail to the end of this. Maybe even less. When I run with this, I always put it in my pocket of my joggers, loaded and ready to go. It only weighs about 1 pound, so it doesn't even pull down my pants when I'm running around with it. That's, you know, the weight's the next thing. Is it weighs a decent amount. Like, it is metal, the frame and the slide is metal. It does have a plastic grip. Also, you know, everything else is metal except for the internals that need to be plastic. The next thing is that it's GBB. So this is the smallest gas blowback pistol or gas blowback airsoft gun that's ever been made. This is exactly to the size and the same mag spec with 7 rounds in it. Price is the next pro, which is this Asian market one was $80. I believe in the US market they are 100 or 120, something like that. Also, another pro is the color choices. The Asian market has a black, silver, and this pink version, which, why not get it in pink? It's already such a stupid little gun, little meme gun. Why not get it in pink? And then the American version has silver and black. And both of those versions, I believe, have wood grips, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least imitation wood. And then the last thing is the box, so I will show you the box. Oh, also, I forgot to show you the size against another gun. So, here's my high cap of 5.1. I will be doing a review on this, but as you can see, it did not last as long as I expected it to, but that's okay. It's very small. I mean, like, we're talking half the size of the frame or less. Like, it's stupid tiny, but even my tiny little finger extends past the barrel, so that's that. So here's the box. I absolutely love the presentation of this. It has a little sticker marking the color, and it is a little dusty because I've been putting off this review for a while. because I wanted to test the gun. It's got the gold WE and it's fake wood. Has your manual. And actually in here you have a nice foam cutout piece for the gun, as well as its American market version with the orange tip and stuff. And then you also have a cutout for an extra mag, or two. You might be able to fit two in there. Let me see. Here's one. Oh yeah, you could totally fit two in there. And then in that little bag, you do have a little plastic piece which allows you to dry fire it, because it will not dry fire unless, it will not fire if there's no BBs in the mag. So to put this in, you just pull back the follower, drop it in, and now you can dry fire. Oh, and before I close up the box section, it is magnetic, which is nice. So let's get into some cons now. The first con is the trigger. It's not like it's a super long or gritty pull. It's a pretty nice smooth pull, but it is pretty hard. It's probably around 3 times what a high kappa is, at least 2 or 3 times more than what my Desert Eagle is. It's not a very easy pull whatsoever. It's pretty hard to spam this thing accurately, because when you pull the trigger, your gun wants to move. And yeah, so that's that. The next is the mag size. Not only will it be hard to find pouches, unless you're using your pockets or something, but it only holds 7 BBs, and it's about the size of a lighter, so not exactly the best size, at least when it comes to capacity. Next is the plastic grips. These grips feel so cheap. Like when the light is shining on them, look, you can see through them. So I'm not too sure how good these grips are, but as long as you're not stepping on your gun and stuff like that, they should be fine. The second to the last thing is the hop-up adjustment. You know, obviously I showed you the hop-up adjustment is extremely annoying to do. And then the last thing is the shitty paint. So, at least the pink one is painted. I think the other ones are actually finished in this color that you get. But, you can see, the first time I ever took it out, I put it in my bag, I wrapped it in my shirt, and another gun scraped up against it on the ride to the field and already scratched the paint. Now, it also is wearing in some other locations, like around here, but you can feel that it's cheap paint. Obviously, it's going to be cheap paint when the gun's only 80 bucks, but it's decent. Also, these mags, you do kind of have to, they do hang up, and especially when you get it, they need to rub off the paint inside, because inside the grip itself, like right here, you can see it, or else they'll hang up. So definitely play around with it a little bit before you actually take it to the field. So because this gun is so small and it's supposed to be kind of a backup to your backup, the accuracy test I'm going to be doing is a head size target at 25 feet away, and I will be doing 10 shots. On 2 5-gram BBs, it gets around 220 FPS on a full gas fill, and it gets around a mag and a half to 2 mags worth of shots per gas fill. I forgot to mention too, like normal, I will be doing 2 sighter shots beforehand. Okay, so because of how well it did at the 25-foot range, I moved my 6-inch pipe pan out to 50 feet. And it may struggle at this range to hit a target that small, but I have hit body shots very easily from this range. So I guess we'll find out. My final thoughts. This gun you do not want to get if you're trying to play to be competitive. The shots veer off in a ton of different directions once you get past around 50 feet, but I mean, it's got a 1-inch inner barrel. What else can you expect? I mean, to be honest, it's a great gun. I have around 1,000 rounds through it so far, and it's not really showing any signs of breaking or anything like that. The only problem I had is one of my 3 mags that I have for it had a little gas leak, which I fixed by just oiling the O-ring on the valve. So here's the redeeming quality about this gun. Not only is it tiny and pink and fun to use and gas blowback and all that, but my redeeming quality is my field does a lot of 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s. This thing is so fun to use in those situations. Just outgunning someone who has an electric rifle or a high kappa with a mag adapter or something like that. It's just like the ultimate get shit on weapon. I mean, other than say a knife kill or something like that. But it's amazingly fun to use. Last time I played with it, we were playing 3v3, and 2 of my teammates got taken out, and I clutched up the round 1v3 with this thing with my 3 mags and 21 shots. It was absolutely amazing, and it's just really fun to use. Like, if you already have some other good guns and you've been looking at this was one of my bucket list guns, and now that I got it, it's absolutely amazing. Like, highly recommended, especially if you play at CQB fields, because then you're actually not at that much of a disadvantage. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you liked this review. Any feedback would be appreciated. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that would be great. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.